Good day everyone, my name is Ashley. Welcome to our 30 minutes live call. Now today is going to be the continuation of our topic, which is the hyperpigmentation. If you can still remember that in my previous video, we talked about the melanogenesis process or the process of pigmentation in order for you to understand what is hyperpigmentation means. And I also explain you about the 6 phototype and the 2 different types of melanin. Now, in today's video, we are going to talk about the hyperpigmentation. Now, ladies, before I start, let's make a recap about the process of the pigmentation or melanogenesis process. Now, it is all about the direct and indirect induction of the process. Now, the sun has an indirect induction of the process because it actually stimulates the alpha MHT or ET1. Now, the alpha MHT and ET1 will actually stimulate the tyrosinase enzyme, and the tyrosinase enzyme will actually convert tyrosine into melanin. Now, this newly formed melanin, the group of melanosomes, will actually travel through the dendritic cells, and what actually it do, it will sit inside the living nucleus and it protects the DNA skin cells. As they travel on the surface of the skin, which is an epidermis, the newly formed pigments will equally distributed on the skin. So this is the healthy process of the pigmentation. Now let's talk about the hyperpigmentation, which is the imbalance process. Now hyperpigmentation is a medical term that used to describe darker patches in the skin. And these patches will result from excessive melanin production, okay, in which it can be caused by everything from acne scars, from sun damage, and from hormonal fluctuations. Now, also hyperpigmentation isn't necessarily a condition, but a term that describes the skin that appears darker. That's all about it. Now, it can also occur in small patches, as I've mentioned. It covers the large area, and also it affects the entire body. What causes hyperpigmentation? Now, there are several reasons that is causing you hyperpigmentation. Now, there are some certain medication that can cause hyperpigmentation, like for example, if you've been into a chemotherapy drug, that can cause you a hyperpigmentation. Now, also it could be a hormonal driven process, like for example, those pregnant ladies, pregnancy changes the hormonal levels, and that's the reason why it affects their melanin production. That's why they have a hyperpigmentation. Now, in other case, if you're also been taking any medical treatment, like for example, you've been suffering from acne. Now, if you've been having a lot of medical treatment in the past, that is also causing you hyperpigmentation. Now, there are also a rare endocrine disease, which is called the Addison disease, that can produce hyperpigmentation that are almost obvious in the areas of sun exposure. Now let's talk about different types of hyperpigmentation. Now we have freckles, we have melasma, we have sunspot or age spot, and we have post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. Now the freckles is basically a group of brown spots, a lot of brown spot that is mainly invading almost the whole part of the skin, and this kind of pigmentation is very prone for people who's having red hair and fair skin. Melasma is believed to be caused by hormonal changes, and it may develop during the pregnancy. So if you can see some of the ladies during or after their pregnancy, they started to have a hyperpigmentation in this area because during the pregnancy, their hormone is changing. And the area of the hyperpigmentation can also appear in the area of the body, but they appear mostly common in the stomach, and most likely you can spot them in the face. So also best describe it as pregnancy mask, and it looks like a butterfly mask because they are basically concentrated in this area. Sunspot, or what I called the age spots. Now the sunspots are also called liver spots or solar lentigines. The sunspots are common. They're related to excess sun exposure over the time, and generally they appears a spot on the areas exposed to the sun, like the hands or in the face. So basically, if you kind of picture them, if melasma is a little bit like a butterfly because it has a large portion. Lentigos or sunspot is basically round, and sometimes it could be a light brown or dark brown, but they are in the patches. Now let's talk about the last one, which is the PIH, or what we call post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. This is a result of the injury or inflammation to the skin. A common causes of these types is acne. Now, another factors is there are several medication that will cause you to be more sensitive to the sun, and sometimes it can cause you hyperpigmentation. Some of these drugs are antibiotic, isotretinoin, and also any kinds of anti-inflammatory drugs. Now that you know the different types of hyperpigmentation, the next question would be, what can you do? Now, if you've been dealing with hyperpigmentation, know that you are not alone. Plus, hyperpigmentation is a common skin condition and there are a lot of numbers of different treatment options that is available. Hi ladies, now we just reached the end of our meeting. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate your time, and stay tuned with me in my next video because we are going to talk about the treatment recommendation according to your hyperpigmentation. And just want to give you a piece of advice if you're suffering from hyperpigmentation. Before you use or before you do anything, please try to consult with your doctor because the doctor knows best according to your hyperpigmentation. For now, I just want to say thank you so much. See you next time and good night. Bye.